Hey, department heads. This is our first flipped meeting, and normally we would have a flip meeting where I'd send the video out ahead of time with our work, and then we would meet to collaborate on questions regarding the information from the video. But today, this is just going to be a breakdown of our work for Friday and the agenda that we have ahead, and how I could use your help and leadership as you head into the weekend in professional learning. First and foremost, what I need everybody to do on this team is to be super positive with your group. Some of the work is going to be challenging. Some of it might be tedious. And if you look at the agenda, it's going to look really long. Part of the reason for that is I have specialty groups that are going different directions. So I've tried to be really specific on where everybody needs to go. But first and foremost, what I need everybody to do is just remain positive and have a positive outlook for your team. There might be some people that are frustrated with some of the questions when it comes to our school improvement plan, those type of things. But the work we're going to do is important and help shape for where we're going starting in the second semester. First, what we're going to have set up in the multi-purpose room, we're going to have Continental Breakfast from 7:30 to 8. And so Lindsay's going to have that set up ready for us to go. It's going to be kind of a grab and go and just a time to connect with our colleagues that you might not have a chance to see for a few days. I'll have a couple members of our Process Champion team lead good things to get us started. And then we'll talk a little bit about breaking off into groups. And so this is what's going to happen from 8 to 9:45 for our core teachers. As you know, Envision has been really tough. We've had a lot of questions and needs. We had some Envision trainers in the district last week, some Envision trainers in our building on Thursday. And so what you're going to need to do as a team is utilize this time from 8 to 9:45 to start breaking things down for the rest of the semester. You know what assessments look like, you know where kids are struggling. And so what I want you guys to do in your teams is to identify the key objectives for the math course between now and winter break. So what are the key concepts? And then build a plan of instruction for your team, because you should be moving, pretty much in the same pace and then using the same resources for the next 6 weeks, which gets us to winter break. So in your group, what are the key concepts? What is it that we want students to learn? What gaps or holes do you guys envision that you might need to fill on the side? Because there's a few of those that you're going to have to backfill for kids to, find success. And then how can you best plan for assessing student learning, knowing what we know about our new materials? I'm not asking you guys to send me notes or document anything for me, but what you guys need to do in your team is document for each other. So build a plan, build this out so everybody has a clear vision for where we're heading between now and winter break with math and using the Envision resource. And as leaders, I would like to see you guys be more of the facilitators of the group. So, assign a timekeeper, assign somebody to take notes or capture groups' ideas. Maybe you're building, Google slides or something that helps guide instruction, but use that time for Envision and take advantage of all you can do there, okay? We're going to do that from 8 to 9:45. You may not get done, but then we're going to take a break and jump into MTSS reading and planning data dive at 10 o'clock. In this hour and a half section here, what we're going to be doing is kicking things off with April and with Suzanne. They're going to do just a little touch base on our work ahead, but every grade level is going to have a link down here that you can click. That's going to take you to your grade levels MTSS planning guide. So what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to create what is our recipe for reading success at Earhart Elementary. So if we have a new first grade teacher joining our school next year, for example, what would we tell them is our recipe for how we teach learning to the students at our school and what kids get what resources and what support? When you click on one of these links, it's going to take you to an MTSS outline that's assigned to your grade level. So your team will come in and capture your grade level's work. So again, this is going to be working with your grade level team. So if I'm working in first grade, I'm going to enter that here. And then I want you to get specific down here. So this is where we're going to build the plan. For Tier 1, this is what we want all of our students all of our students to experience at Earhart Elementary. And that would be our core curriculum resource, which is going to be Benchmark. So in here, we want to talk about what is the resources that we use. I know that Benchmark is one of the resources that we use for all of our kids in Tier 1, but there might be some other resources that you use to supplement. So what is our Tier 1 resources for reading, and what are those resources? Let's capture those in this box here. At what time does this happen every day? So a part of our plan is this needs to be something that we do regularly. Who provides the instruction? And if you have a para or a reading specialist who's like Suzanne, who's jumping in with you for Tier 1, let's capture that so we know what this plan looks like. Where does this instruction take place? So this is the easy part for here. We're also going to do the same thing for Tier 2. So the Tier 2 kids are those kids who are going to fall in this criteria here. So Tier 1, we broke this down for those students in our FastBridge who are between the 41st and 100th percentile. That's going to be your Tier 1. The kids are going to be successful with their reading instruction that's provided in Tier 1. Tier 2 are those kids that are going to fall in that 21 to 40th percentile range, 21st to 40th percentile. So here in Tier 2, what is it that we need to do resource-wise for those kids? So in addition to Tier 1, what are these kids getting? And this could be small group in your classroom. It could be small guided reading. It might include some centers pieces of, FastBridge exercises, any remedial pieces from Benchmark, Lexia. So those are things here. But like Lexia is not just the only resource that we'd use for Tier 2. Like you've got to have people working with kids for this to work. Lexia is a great resource, but there's other ones. So capture this. What time does it happen? Who provides the support? And where does it take place? And then we'll do the same thing for Tier 3. These are for the kids who need Tier 1, Tier 2, but an additional 10 to 30 minutes a day of support. And those are those kids in that 0 to 20th percentile and needing additional help here. So what is our resource that we're using here as a grade level? And this should be a plan that looks the same for the school. So hopefully we can start to see and identify what this looks like. What time will this happen? Who provides instruction? And this is probably your Tier 3s. We're going to start seeing maybe Suzanne and some of her team jumping in and providing some support. But also paras can do this, or maybe a para takes the Tier 1 kids while the classroom teacher takes Tier 3. So we're doing all of these things. We just need to capture this as part of our MTSS plan, but also our school improvement plan. We need to have a documentation of our recipe for success. Last, what I want you to do is get into your FastBridge, and let's identify which kids are here in this Tier 1 in our school. So this gap's going to fill very big as we start adding names. I gave an example of my kids. So who are the kids that are in our grade Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3? These things probably are copy and pasteable. If you go to your list, and the double exclamation point kids are probably going to be down here in Tier 3, and you probably can copy and paste to make this pretty simple. So our objective today is, in this hour-and-a-half section, capture what is our recipe for reading success at this grade level. And every grade level will do the same. We'll put it together in one fluid plan that everybody has access to. That'll take us up to lunch from 11:31. That's going to be lunch on your own. And remember, no teacher left behind. So grab somebody. If you see them in the hallway, let's take them to lunch. And then let's be back ready to go at 1 o'clock. At 1 o'clock, we're going to kick things off just briefly in the multi-purpose room. So we're just going to briefly meet there. And what I'm going to ask you guys to do is just, if Suzanne and April, they're part of our school improvement plan team. So they're just going to briefly touch base on our work today. And this is going to be the toughest part maybe, but you're working in teams. So you're going to be in color-coded teams, and there's a department head on every one of these teams. And you're going to utilize a school improvement plan template to rate our current level performance on several areas in our school. On the agenda, you'll just scroll down and click this performance standards link. And then your team will go through the standards that are color-coded to your area. So this is for our school improvement plan team. We have to do a current level of performance And so, for example, this standard 1.1, the institution commits to purpose statement that defines the beliefs about teaching and learning, including the expectations of learners. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop down here. We're going to read these standards. The institution provides opportunities for representative internal and external stakeholder groups to build a commitment to the institution's purpose statement. So a lot of these things I'm not sure if we've done. I know personally I've not done some of these things, but we're going to use this 1 through 4 scale up here. And if we have little to no information that we do or engage in this activity, our school will be evaluated as 1. And there are things that we are going to be a 1 at as a school. And we also do this as a district. There's things that we're going to be 1 at. If we have some information to support that we do in these activities, that would be like a 2. If we have high quality information and a potentially larger documentation of engaging stakeholders in this activity, would be a 3. And then if we have multiple sources of high quality data, we'd put a 4. So down here on that standard, your team is just going to do this. Rate us out. If we're a 3 or a 4, we'll put it there. And then in here, your team needs to brainstorm what documentation would exist to support that we have evidence of a 3 in this category. So if we've done any, team building with parents, or having parents being part of a school improvement plan, being part of a goal setting or mission statements, if those documentation pieces exist or there's evidence that we've done that in the past, your team, if you could just help type in and highlight what we've done. If you have links to things like, hey, there's a getting to know you activity we've done, you could link that in there. And what I'll do is we'll capture all this information and synthesize it as part of our school improvement plan. But this is a big document, and some of these things, if you're not sure, just make your best guess and go with your highest rating. So if you think it's, we're a 1, but maybe some parts of 2, go ahead and give us a 2 in that area and state what the why. And as you'll see, like there's a turquoise team, a yellow team, and then a green and a blue that matches the agenda color. So we'll work in that group, and it's going to take a while, but if we stay on task here and get through this, you have the rest of the afternoon to work. So break it down, work in groups. If you need to, divide and conquer amongst your group, this is a shareable Google Doc that other people can edit. So give it good thought. But if you guys can push through your section, you have the whole afternoon to work for yourself. So I scheduled from 1 to 3 for this component. I think we could be done by 2:30 if we get after it and everybody contributes. At 2 o'clock, I did schedule an optional Clear Touch panel training, and this will be in the multi-purpose room. So if you have a Clear Touch panel or are curious about how they might work, we don't have one for everybody yet, but we're trying to get those taken care of. So that'll be provided through the technology department if you want to check that out. Okay, and then down here, we have our specialty breakout times. So for example, Project Lead the Way's meeting at Clark Davidson from 8 to 8:30 or 8 to 11:30, elementary music collaboration. So that's why the agenda looks huge. But there's really 3 tasks we're doing that day. Special education teachers, they're going to be working separately. They're going to be building a special education service matrix so that every special education para's work is documented, their schedule's documented, what kids they're serving, and just going to be a better management tool so we can see where do we have holes in our services to help provide the best support for kids, and maybe we can have some crossover where pairs are helping in other grade levels. At the end of the day, 3 o'clock, from 3 to 4, we have that time set up for anybody who wants vaccination. Eisenhower Middle School, it's free. You just go walk in over there at Eisenhower. Paras are welcome to go. They can go a little bit earlier if they're interested, but go over and get a vaccination if you want to. You don't have to. And then have a great weekend. I appreciate you guys helping me out, and looking forward to the great work you've done. Please let me know if you have questions. Shoot me an email, and I'll get back with you as soon as possible. Thanks for covering for me today. I won't miss another professional development day this year. Unique opportunity for my family and I for this once in a lifetime trip. So thanks for looking out for me and leading up. You guys are going to rock it. Have a great weekend.